guys, welcome back to another episode of the Love or Hate series, where we talk about different topics in terms of football and then talk about how we love or hate it. And I think today I've got to talk about fans on social media, specifically social media. You know, obviously it could be fans in real life. I myself had issues with fans in person as well, but you just do. It's football, is what it is. But fans on social media and the way like they treat players, not players, but also managers. And I've seen a few good TikTok videos like that help round this up on how I saw one from George Sky talking about how he does not rate Rico Lewis whatsoever, but his opinion doesn't matter because Pep Guardiola does rate Rico Lewis, and Pep Guardiola does start Rico Lewis week in, week out, here, there and everywhere. Wherever he needs to fit in the team, Rico Lewis gets put in that team regardless for Manchester City. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we think of a player, because at the end of the day, are we the ones with the coaching badges? Are we the ones with the years of experience to judge how good a player is? No, we're not. You know, obviously we can sometimes see a player's not going to fight. Like in terms of Antony, as a right winger, it's just not cut out for the Premier League. He might have been really good in the Eredivisie. I didn't watch him too much, you know. If you asked, I always said this before we signed Antony, is that if you had asked me a year before we signed Antony that we're going to get a Brazilian winger from Ajax, I'd have been like, oh, we're going to get Neres. But no, we did not get Neres. Neres obviously at Napoli, I think, and he's doing well at Napoli. There's a few spells here, there, and everywhere since Ten Hag left Ajax. But yeah, Antony, sure, okay, I hadn't actually heard of him the year before we signed him. I started to hear bits of him throughout that year, but not as much as we paid for him. But once again, am I the one to judge this? No, it's not my money. I'm not spending the money. So why do I care how much we spend on a player? I've always said this, like when someone says, "Oh, you spent," I didn't spend any money. I didn't spend 100 mil on Paul Pogba. The club did, yeah. Paul Pogba, fantastic footballer. Once again, the way the media treated him was like he was absolute hot garbage. He's like, Pogba's a fantastic footballer, used in the incorrect systems potentially, but once again, not my place to say what system Pogba should play in. Like I personally do think Pogba played best when he was in more of an advanced role, but obviously he got used in a deeper role because of his strength and his different physical prowesses. But yeah, it's not our place to judge it, and I feel like then that develops into how you see English footballers get treated, especially the stars of England football team. Like, for example, I think the three main ones I want to pick on here are Harry Kane, Cole Palmer and Jude Bellingham, right? Harry Kane is England's all-time top goal scorer. He's a fantastic footballer. He's given everything for England, and constantly, by people on social media, is mocked for the way he speaks. He's mocked for the way he speaks. How crazy is that? How crazy! Someone who's such a hero for England football team, mocked for the way he speaks. It's great. Cole Palmer, once again, great footballer, absolutely fantastic footballer. And the start of his career, you know, it's starting out and mocked for the way he thinks, right? Because people say, oh, he's nothing up there, he's all quiet up there, isn't he? But you don't know that. You don't know Cole Palmer as a person. You know Cole Palmer as a social media entity. That's what you know Cole Palmer as. You know what you see on Sky Sports of Cole Palmer. You don't know Cole Palmer. For instance, there was a really good study that was done quite a few years ago, which was that during a football match, they tested Neymar's brain activator and tested it on his day off, and they found he uses 30% less of his brain capacity on a day he's playing football because he's putting less thought into the things he's making it more of a natural movement for him. The same way Cole Palmer probably just turns his brain off on a match day. He's just not there. He's not there to be speaking to media. He just wants to play a bit of football. And how can you blame him for wanting to play a bit of football? But oh, he's not media trained. Is he a dog? Why does he need to be trained? You know, people say about Olise as well. Olise doesn't speak to the media. He doesn't celebrate. Why doesn't he celebrate after? Well, why should it? I mean, it started to now. I think he realised, you know, it should be. I think he should be celebrating his own goals, but he shouldn't be doing like some mad celebration. He shouldn't have to do a mad celebration. If he don't want to celebrate, he don't want to celebrate. It's his job, you know. Postman celebrate when he does the post. No. And then the final one that I want to talk about on these three here was like Jude Bellingham, because Jude Bellingham can't get mocked for the way he speaks. He can't get mocked for the way he looks either. and he can't be mocked for the way he thinks. So Jude Bellingham thinks, very smartly. I think Jude Bellingham has been crafted to do this on and off the pitch. He's a proper project from his father, which is understandable. And people go, "Oh, he's just got good PR." Can they not win? Can they not win whatsoever? You talk about how players don't talk to the media, aren't good with the media, and then when someone is good with the media, you're like, "Oh, he's just got good PR. He's just good with the media. Him. That's why people like him." He's actually a brilliant footballer. How about that? How about that as a sidebar for yourself? And I think that's just the way people treat it. It's like I've always said it, right? I also run a United TikTok as well, my main TikTok. I don't like hating on players. I don't like hating on the manager. It's just not for me, right? It's my club. I want to back him. I want to, like, you must say, Southgate out. I've got to sit and wait. You've got to just take it sometimes, because Southgate gave us, our 3 best ever tournaments after the one in 1966. So yeah, it's mental. But that's me end the video now, guys. I said I do hate the way social media treats it. At the end of the video, please leave a like if you want to see more. Subscribe. Thank you for watching, guys, and hopefully I do see you next time. Cheers.